Welcome back to Orwell. Let's breach some privacy. Aw. System private trash. Well, what are you throwing out? Request regarding job. Take. Dear Ms. Schwartz, we are glad to inform you that we will indeed be able to meet your request. Please be present at the operating site around 4 p.m. on both days. Please keep a copy of this message as confirmation receipt. We will not be able to make changes to the job originally agreed upon in your Work Easy profile. Regards, Clive Reed. I have a request on a rather short notice. Would it be possible for me to take over the Freedom Plaza shift on April 11th and 12th instead of the one at the Nolan Square? Requested to work Freedom Plaza on day of the assault. Leave that for now. Application as a mechanic. Dear Ms. Matanova, thank you for your interest in working with us. Westfield Cars. As we receive numerous applications every day for each position, we are required to refuse most of them. Unfortunately, we have chosen another application who fits the position slightly better. I'm sure you will understand. It's a long-ass number. I'd like to apply for a job as a mechanic. Questions. Great. Application as housekeeper. Thank you for your application. I am sad to inform you that we have decided on another candidate. Private. An apology and an offer. Do not read. Michael.jpg. Squad. I fucking knew it! Sorry, I was starting to get feelings that she was all dodgy because she's ex-fucking-military. Concerned one symbol is an ex-military symbol. Fucking yes! That's why she's so fucking touchy. Sorry, just a second. Sorry about that. Miss Matanova is an ex-soldier. This is worthy of an in-depth research. We need to specifically know what kind of experience she has. That will explain why she's so good at her job. She's got military expertise. Save protocol. You know, if we were to marry and have children, it'd be really funny if my name was Molly. Whoa, wait a second. You're getting a bit ahead of things. You know I like to plan ahead. Yeah, you do like that. I really like Nina as a name, though. Why Molly? Desmond says to Molly, girl, I like your face. Come again? Obladi Oblada. The Beatles? Don't tell me you don't know that. You're the oldie lexicon impersonated. I have to admit, never was such a Beatles fan. More of a Rolling Stones side of the road. Major gap in your knowledge. You're aware of that. Why do I know this song? There was something about a bra in there, wasn't it? Sheesh, it's not about a bra. In a couple of years, they have built a home sweet home with a couple of kids running in the yard of Desmond and Molly Schwartz. Desmond died, didn't he? I like the idea. Me too. You don't have a problem with kids being the center of my life, do you? Not at all, but I guess you'll have to go and change your name first. Maybe I will. Ha, I officially dare you. I'll do that for real, just you wait. And we'll see, la la, how the life goes on. Brah. Cares more about being a parent than anything else. I wonder for a single mother. Yeah. Everything found in Miss Matanova just shows a single mother trying to make ends meet for her son. Yep. Seems to be her primary motivation, and it's an admirable one at that. One that does not mix well with terrorist ambitions. Oh dear. Subject do not read from Desmond Oh no. Oh, this is gonna be real. Okay, hold on. Apology and an offer. Oh. Nina, I would like to offer you my sincerest apologies. It was not my intent to denounce you in front of all the other members of Thought, or worse, basically everyone. After all, what we do or say online persists like a minefield. As I wrote in an earlier blog post... Is this one that I've seen? The minefield. No, this is new. Excellent. Shit. Hold on. Boop. Great. I should have been more considerate. Your actions at the Circle Mall have turned out to be very different to what I had anticipated them to be, but that was hardly your fault, it was mine. Instead of passing judgment on you, I would like to offer my help. From my impression, I would assume you are someone whose life so far has been troubled to say the least. Although it might not seem obvious, I have rather moving background as well. As they put it, takes one to know one. Yeah, it does. I would suggest we talk about how we might assist each other best. Please let me know if you have it. If you are interested. That's interesting. Also, assist each other with what exactly? No kidding. Oh, Abraham's got more connections now. And another alias, technically. Another contact, at least. Huh. No. Work easy, her own profile. Her own profile. Why can't I go to the inner city map? Alright. That's the last one, right? That's the only thing left. Oh, I guess there's... That's pretty adorable. So, I guess you disregarded the subject and went straight into reading this utterly embarrassing mail nonetheless. I knew you would. Well, don't tell me I didn't warn you. I never written a text like this in my entire life, so I hope you'll be clement with me. Our backpacking trip along the Italian northwest coast has been, okay, I'll just say it, amazing. Brilliant. The best one I've ever been on. And that's not due to the sun, even though it was blazing all 10 magnificent days, though. It was not due to the rocky coastline, like she likes coastlines, with its endless serpentine roads winding up and down the cliffs. Not due to the picturesque villages alongside of them we passed through. It was due to you being there with me that made me enjoy every second of it. I mean, just remember the one time we wanted to have a photo of us taken and the only person around was that elderly Italian woman? Didn't understand a word of what we wanted and kept shrugging and shaking her head. I had to bite my tongue so hard not to burst out in laughter, but you, cool as you are, just walked over to her, gave her your broadest smile, put the camera into her hand, finger on the shutter release, and ran back to me to make absolutely sure she wouldn't take a picture of just me. It's funny how this one of all of the shots made for the best photo of the entire trip, don't you think? Can I put this picture up for her? You know, the picture of her happy? Every call selling me wants to just backspace all of this letter and not send it. But at the same time, I just wanted you to read it and know how I feel about you. Seems you have passed the patented Desmond Schwartz relationship test. Yeah, I think Desmond's dead. So I might as well write down what I've been trying to say all the time here. I love you. Schwartz, like her alias. Well... I think she is. Okay, well, breach that. Let's see what's going on here. The mines of data have been laid out all around the web. It's irreversible. It's up to us to arm or not arm them. Dear reader, we are faulty things. We're faulty beings. We make mistakes everywhere we go. It's true. Our most valuable trait may be the ability to keep forgetting. For the sake of our wrongdoers as much as ourselves. But oblivion is not built into digital data. Information is infinitely durable. Even more so, it is infinitely reproducible. It may be copied, distributed without limitations. Its permanent deletion can never be ensured. Our data is like a minefield, lying in wait, dormant, long after the war it was meant for has passed, yet not losing a fraction of its potential to destroy lives, only increasing its potential. We are the ones who arm the minefield. Use it malevolently. To me, this is the most intimidating, inhuman aspect of data. That our missteps will be brought up again and again, and they'll be turned into the most efficient weapon and used against us. That we will have to be flawless. The only way to be good enough for data is to reach a form of perfection that doesn't exist. The use of data, the ability to have all this information on hand and readily available, has legitimately made it so perfection, feeling that something is perfect, is now pretty much impossible. Someone will always tell you it's wrong. Because perfection is a term and an ideal that was brought to us by a generation of people that found perfection with a dirt hole. That's all they needed. They had a small dirt hole that they could grow enough food to feed themselves on. That was it. That was perfect. That's all they needed. What's perfect now? And did they get perfect wrong? Or are we overthinking it? Hey, Goodfellas, I read your post and had to think this is a very negative way to think. Are you trying to say publishing our data is inherently bad and we should avoid it? Because as I see it, we just don't have to give away the truth. It's not a... what you give away doesn't change the fact that it's there forever. So let's say every single thing that Nita Maternova has put out there online is fake. We have still built this profile. We have a profile of who she is. This not real Nina has an entire fucking history and family. But you know, who cares? Let's call it volatile. It's flexible. Just know better. It's not that easy. It's not. Let's call it volatile, flexible. No one forces us to be honest. Quite the contrary. We can be anyone we want to be. My friend, do not think publishing our data is inherently bad. Information is in everything, and as always, it is our choice what to do with the data. It is its unnatural longevity and persistence the digital age has given information that worry me. Trying to bend the information we give away is admirable, but I consider it a bit naive. We cannot uphold being someone else forever. Our true self will always shine through by our actions, our choices, and that is information as well. So this perfectly sums up a full description I gave of why I believe Harrison is not the perpetrator of the bombings. Because I don't think that he could actually hold such a fake life for so long. And I think that kind of shows through with the fact that he finally just went, hey, everybody on my timeline, I got a job being a fascist. Why are all my socialist friends not happy? Sergeant to Sergeant, nice. 1st Combat Engineer Battalion, Company B. Nice, it suits her. Yeah, what a... Pass. Affiliation. Okay. bravery. She has a fucking... She was a sergeant in the military with a Medal of Bravery. She has a clear leg wound, and she is making $8 a fucking hour working all weekend, all day and all night with medical fucking things that says she shouldn't be working, and she has a son at home. She shouldn't have this much trouble getting a job. The government failed her. Seems to have come quite a long way from being such an honorable person. No, it's because she stopped doing honorable things for your payroll. You just stopped giving her medals. You stopped paying attention to her. That doesn't mean she's come a long way from being honorable. It just means she's learned that being your kind of honorable does nothing. Former combat engineer. Yep. Assigned platoon. Okay. Enlisted. Basic combat training. Got a platoon. Promoted to specialist. Partakes in foreign mission. Returns to Bontton Barracks. Promoted to corporal. Awarded bravery for saving multiple comrade and civilian lives in the face of extraordinary danger. Sergeant. In charge of Squad Alpha. Partakes. Wounded in combat. Considered AWOL. Well, there it is. 2014, she reported that 3 years earlier, for the past 3 years since coming back from the military, she had been experiencing these things. It's because she'd been experiencing PTSD. She was wounded in combat in a foreign mission that she doesn't want to talk about because I think that's where Desmond died. I think that's where she got injured, Desmond died, and she went AWOL because... Where the fuck is she going to find emotional support in the military? Where the fuck is she going to find emotional support for losing her significant other in the military? So, she went to try and find help, and they discharged her for it. They were like, oh, she had a Medal of Bravery, but she walked away without telling us what she did, and that's a no-no, so she's grounded now. AWOL with voluntary return. That is a severe punishment. Did you know this puts her on the same level as any other previously convicted felon? Why? Why do they make it so hard for people to want to join the military? Like, they talk about how much they want to honor the military, and they want people in the military, and then they treat them like that. And it's just like, make up your fucking mind here, guys. Oh, news wanted. Cyber protection experts. Whoa. Sorry, my eyes just went full lazy. I can no longer see that well. The freedom of the nation is not only threatened by conventional weaponry and terrorism. A growing number of foreign hackers try to intrude corporate and public networks to steal confidential information or sabotage facilities in order to get advantages in the highly competitive global economy. That's not what they're trying to do, but okay. The Army of the Nation is on the brink of founding a new cyber task force, that's us, to counter this new digital danger. If you are an expert in the field of information security, enlist now and become one of the pioneers to protect the nation online. General Hartman considers activation of Cerberus. Cerberus with a K. The threefold terrorist attack on Bontton has led General Hartman to openly consider a temporary activation of Mission Cerberus. Threefold Cerberus. This... Why would the government be bombing their own people? This would mean a constant presence of military forces within the capital to safeguard public presence. To make it so you think it's okay for them to send the military into your home. The government bombed your neighbors so that they can send the military into your home. That's what they did. That's what this is. It may seem like an admittance that our security measures so far are not enough, but it is the option to go for it if we want safety, Hartman stated in regard to the considered activation. Soon after the statement had been released, the Ministry of Security published an official notice to the Ministry of Defense asking to withhold the activation of Cerberus for now. The notice was soon accepted by the Ministry of Defense, rendering General Hartman's considerations obsolete. Who's General Hartman? So I feel like we're going to find out more. Does this look like a map that I'd recognize? Not really. The world is our home base. The first duty of the Army of the Nation is to defend the freedom of our homeland. Of course, this does not only involve deployment within our own borders. To secure our values and assets, our allies offshore, our soldiers partake in numerous missions in neighboring countries. Click on a location on the following map to learn more about a mission. Aha. The safety bill, along with a set of further entitlements, allow the Army of the Nation to be deployed in the homeland whenever needed. This paved the way for the mission Cerberus, intended to secure or evacuate densely populated areas in the case of a large-scale terrorist attack. To be able to achieve this, several divisions of the Army have received special training and are on standby at all times. Fortunately, Cerberus has remained dormant. What if she's Cerberus? Dormant is a very interesting word to use. Dormant. Are on standby at all times. But why make her seem anti-government unless it was I'm plant the bombs and I'm Cerberus? Involved units, 2nd Infantry Reserve highly populated areas, 3rd Infantry Reserve Battalion ready for subject. Okay. Peacekeeping mission. First duty of the Army, blah, 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 blah. Pargus. The aftermath of the 2006 military coup quickly spiraled the one-time democratic model country Pargus into chaos. The rebel movement, Forces of the True Pargus, FTP, declared war on the newly formed government under General Demjan Kassart, which led to a long-lasting and bloody civil conflict until the Army of the Nation was finally greenlit to intervene and de-escalate the situation. Realizing they were unable to stand a chance in an open struggle, the FTP changed their strategy to terrorism. Under the impression of being involved in an unwinnable skirmish, the prior government of the nation terminated the Purges intervention mission, ultimately leading to the fatal event known as the Incident of 2008. With the new government elected in 2009, the Purges intervention mission was immediately resumed under the new name, the Purges Peacekeeping Mission, as it is now known. Proceeded to once again secure and rebuild the Purges society and infrastructure, and got injured there. Tasked with mine clearance. Interesting. I wonder where it conflicts. Border patrols. Is that where else we were? Sure wasn't. That's where reconnaissance goes. With massive, uncontrolled influx of refugees from Purges into the nation, arrangements had to be made to take control of the situation. As a consequence, the Army of the Nation was forced to secure the border with continuous patrols, adding a number of checkpoints. Ustavakia drug inhibition? The nation of Ustavakia gained notoriety for its thriving business in illegal drugs. So this is literally just Trump being like, we're helping Mexico because, as you know, everyone in Mexico is dealing heroin. We have said it, and now we are making sure it's true. I mean false. As such, it also hosts some of the most influential and dangerous cartels in the world, who tend to settle their differences in the use around the streets by armed force. Feels like propaganda, but okay. The police force of that finds themselves overwhelmed by the sheer brutality of the cartels often display. Once again feels like propaganda. Armed response to opposing forces. Yeah, that's vague as hell. This could literally be fighting the police, tasked with armed response to opposing forces. To make things worse, law enforcement staff are often found to be either corrupt or have been severely intimidated by the cartels. Look at that. They are fighting the police. In 2015, the government decided in order to stabilize the country and inhibit the drug trafficking into the nation, the army of the nation would often offer support to the local forces in a bid to eradicate all traces of the... Great. They're helping the rebels. Sorry, I forgot what I was doing. Stable, blah blah. Not one of our forces again. As an extension of the invasion, stable forces on the support and direct protection of the citizens who are endangered by the cartel wars. Another focus is on wiping out corruption in public departments such as the law enforcement. Choice of words is important. Gentrian flood aid. After torrential week-long rainstorms during the 2016 fall, we're getting torrential rainstorms right now. Nearly 1,000 people died, and over 800,000 others were left homeless. Without hesitation, the army of the nation were sent in to help aid the survivors with the distribution of supplies. Infrastructure maintenance. Why? It's not a conflict. Okay, so that's a different thing. Why are these conflicting? The nation was sent in to help the survivors with the distribution of supplies. I feel like these are going to be conflicting because that's the propaganda page. This is the propaganda missions page and not her missions page. Memorial. Yep, the music picked the right time. This is harsh. The 2011 Army missions were initiated by the current government. As much as I hate to say it, it definitely provides motivation to aid the government. Let's find more to back that up. It does more than just that. They killed her husband and the father to her kid, and then kicked her in the fucking gooch when she went and asked for help. She was like, hey guys, I'm not feeling so hot. You know, my husband and the father to my baby is dead. I kind of need... I'm having some issues processing that. You some kind of pussy? She went AWOL. She's not real military. Kick her in the balls. You're discharged. Make her homeless. Projects. This has changed. Why has this changed? It Right. Because she literally counts as an ex-con because she was discharged from the military despite... They literally... I was joking, but no, they kicked her in the balls and went, hey, let's make her homeless. You cannot... You're forcing crime to be worse by making it so ex-cons can't have jobs. If an ex-convict cannot get a job, there is no reason that rehabilitation is going to happen. Because guess what? They're going to get out of jail, and then they're going to just do crime again, because they can't do anything fucking else. You stick them in jail, and you tell them, hey, we're going to rehabilitate you. But you're not. You're sticking them in a cell, and you're pretending they're not a problem anymore, and then throwing them on the street and going, we did something. No, you fucking didn't. You ruined a man's life, or a woman's life. You ruined someone's life. And then you threw them out in the street and got mad at them for being upset about it. Especially, yeah, she's on her own taking care of her son and she can't get a job. Makes one hell of a motivation together with the fact that Desmond was killed on a mission sanctioned by the government. And I feel like she was blamed for it. Previously, I was sure the only thing important. Yeah. Oh, are we supposed to help Sims suddenly realize that these are people? Is that what I'm supposed to be doing? Because it seems to be working. She might be out for revenge. Ugh. Technically correct. I still don't know what's supposedly here on gigs, but whatever. Fine. There's a crime, but okay, what crime? Yeah, see, I don't like how literal he takes things. There's nothing else here. There's also nothing else here, I believe, right? Oh. There's got to be something else. Oh, no, we took that one. Data submitted. Really? So that's the only one, huh? I keep expecting the arrow to send me back, and it's just not. I gotta be missing something, right? But nothing is coming up. Nothing new is happening. Is this where we find out she's currently logged into her computer? No. Oh, hey, we can just... No way. That makes things easier. Okay. What's new here? Not yet. Hold on. Hold off. This one. Yeah, I held off on that one before because I wasn't sure, but let's honestly leave it the way it is. It's supposed to be located at a job at one of the... Yeah, that is interesting. Bombing location. If we could associate Miss Nova with the other two sites, yeah, we should be trying, but I don't know how we're going to do that. All right. It's an odd thing to search for when you don't have something sinister in mind. Well, actually, it's really not when you're cleaning and you have a hatred of the government and CCTV. But that also is true. That 3. Well, I don't have anything for the 3rd, thankfully. I don't think. That's where she's blaming Harris. There's nothing actually here. I've already done everything. Data submitted. Submitted. Invalid. Invalid? Oh, more precise data was submitted. Well, okay. Oh, so that's why this one's still marked, because it's been invalidated. Well, how fucking helpful that is. Is something in here? No, it's still just Harrison. Alright, Harris. Time to breach my convictions. I don't think that's helpful. I don't think it's going to be anything useful. More than we do, or is she randomly pointing fingers to distract us? Yeah, it's probably that one. Well, we're at 30 minutes, and I don't know what I'm missing. Data submitted. Nothing else here. Data invalid because I did the other chunk. That's fine. Data submitted. Yeah, it's just another invalid. Okay. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm missing here. Because there's nothing marked, which is the most interesting thing to me. Most interesting indeed. But that's for later. And for now, you guys have yourselves a wonderful night.